Hello. Welcome back. So, if you're seeing me for the first time, then you skipped over the first episode. You ought to go back because this is a continuation of my Don't Call This a Podcast series, where basically I'm getting some things off my chest that part of it's therapeutic on my part, but also it's a situation where there's real seeing mental health as a real issue, and ultimately, if I help even one person, then this whole thing was worthwhile. But a lot of it also is just telling, you know, uh, telling the order of the events, and it's not even order of events because I'm bouncing all over the place. I know I'm bouncing all over the place. Um, but kind of continuing my discussion. So last I left off, I was talking about the drugs not being sufficient and getting into TMS. I'm going to talk about that a little bit. So TMS, for those who are unfamiliar with it, it's like I forget what it stands for. It's thoracic magnetic something, and the S isn't for something. Basically, what it is sort of in the direction of an MRI. At least the first session, and then after that, they just figure out where to place the thing. Ultimately, what they're doing is stimulating a specific part of the brain, and in doing so, let's fast travel here. I'm going to head over here. In doing so, what they're doing is basically it's an area of the brain that's already been determined to basically be responsible for the chemical release that
Tell me what you know.
Yeah, guerrilla. There's a checkpoint
the
cutting off our
that
supply lines. Take it out before things get bad for us.
Hey, thanks.
that helps you to feel good, because it's very complex. Like uh, you may hear talk about things like serotonin and things like that, and what the brain does, and there's a lot of conjecture and a lot of oversimplification. Basically, long story short, um, you have serotonin in your brain, and there's serotonin in food, but if you eat food that has serotonin, it doesn't make it to your brain because your gut also uses serotonin, and it gets serotonin from the food. Your brain makes a serotonin from drawing a blank. And certain foods have this substance. Chocolate has this substance. Some meats have this substance. Uh, so as a little bit of a dietary thing, like you shouldn't have to rely on it, but a little bit of dark chocolate can actually help. It'll give you the tryptophan. Tryptophan is the stuff. It has a lot of tryptophan, so it will give you the tryptophan for your brain to make the serotonin. But ultimately, the problem is if your brain's not making enough of it, then you'll be right back where you started. And the area of the brain that's responsible for that may just not be fully activated, like not functioning properly. And so what TMS does is it stimulates that area of the brain, and it's nothing's perfect. There's no like you do a little bit of this TMS treatment, now you're 100% cured, and you go about your life and everything's great. It's not that simple, but it does help. And how much it helps depends on the person, but it does help. I just felt like shooting him. I had no need for it. But anyway, so stimulates a part of the brain that's responsible for that, and it helps everybody to some extent. How much it helps you depends on a lot of variables. whether it's worth the money, because it is very expensive. I will say I am very fortunate to be able to afford such a thing. I know a lot of people can't. That was even with insurance. Even with insurance, I had to spend my out-of-pocket, which was $8,000 out of pocket. Fortunately, I'm covered for the rest of the year. Nothing else will cost me anything for the rest of the year. And if I need to go through it again later this year, and that can potentially be an option, it will be 100% covered. So it's not like, oh, I got to spend another $8K this year. That's not the case. Although next year, if I need it again, I'll be in the same situation. Anyway, where was I going with that? But yeah, I found TMS to be very effective. Now, over the course of my journey with trying to recover, and I think it was actually before I started TMS. Before I started TMS is when I started streaming, which I mentioned before was, oh shit. He was actually a quest option. Oh well. He wasn't the bad guy to save the quest. He was the quest. It was one of those things. I forgot about that. Hey, I apologize. I forgot. I forgot. Anyway. Okay, what's going on over here? Before I kill somebody.
Guerrillera.
Yeah? Hello?
What do you got? Easy.
The fuck? Hey, don't turn your back to me.
Guerrilla. There's a checkpoint cutting off our supply lines. Take it out before things get bad for us.
Gracias, gracias.
Alright, somebody over here I want to kill. So where was I? Oh, so before I got into, yeah, so trying to urge my partner into getting into streaming, and like I said, I was going to do clips for her. And I was like, you know what? I can give this a little bit of a try, see how it goes. So at the time, actually, I was already making some content. Oh, okay, I was doing my long-form content at the time. And then I just decided to give streaming a try. And it was very rough at first, which it is for everybody. It is for everybody at first.
Medic can't save you.
Heh. There we go. See an exclamation point. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Now. Oh.
We won't stop fighting until every Yaran is heard. Not only that, we won't stop until every Yaran is free to live their life true to their rebellion.
Hey, come here.
What do you know?
Danny, there's a checkpoint that's fought off everything we've thrown at it. We need you to clear it, Danny.
Gracias.
Okay. Oh, this is a, oh. Okay. Interesting. I'm very confused by that. What? Run operation by deploying leaders and recruits. Oh, okay, that's what the hideout was. Leaders joining upon operation, leading operation and yarn stories. Recruits can be added by freeing hostages. Okay. Oh. Okay, what's... Oh, I see what this is. I see what this is. It's one of those little mini games that Ubisoft likes to do. I see. Okay. Okay, I follow. I follow. So I need to do more like Yaren stories, which I saw one nearby. That's what those Yaren stories are. And I've done one of those before in another area, not realizing that that's what it was for. Okay, anyway, so getting into streaming at first was a bit rough, as it is for most. For many, at least. Depends on your attitude. If you go in with the right attitude, it can be nice and clean fun. But if you are expectant, so a slight tangent, mainly because it comes down to my mindset. I did have an unhealthy mindset, and partially because of my issues, right? Part of it was, mental health issues. So a couple things happened at the same time. One, the TMS was taking hold, and I was starting to get more confident. I already had kind of adjusted my mindset a little bit, but I started to really improve around sometime while doing that, and I'd like to say that streaming was therapeutic, and it is, but what really helped was giving me the right, helping with my mindset, right, helping with just looking this from a healthy perspective, right. So a lot of people will tell you if you're getting into streaming that you're going to be streaming to yourself for a long time, some longer than others, and that's a true statement. You need to have fun. Just have fun at first. But then there's also... What the fuck? It's also if you want to grow, and you don't have to. There's nothing that you have to do. You don't have to do anything. But if you want to grow, you need to get out of the basement first. And a lot of that comes down to networking. So a big part of this is... Damn. A big part of this is identifying other streamers that are in the same ballpark as you. You're not trying to imitate anybody, but people who are similar to you in many ways that you could relate to and vice versa to network with. Not that it has to be that. You can network with anybody. But identifying who you're similar to helps to figure out who can interface with. So that's a thing. Basically, in a nutshell, people you jive with, right? And, as a little bit of a side note, not that it's for everybody, but I am part of a community. There's multiple communities of streamers supporting streamers. And I'm a one in particular that I just mentioned as the AK community, and if you're interested in checking that out, you can you can ask say something in the comments if you'd like, or if you find me, may as well look for me streaming, but because it's a Twitch thing, right? If you're interested in growing as a Twitch streamer and you want to network with other Twitch streamers, hello. Um, but if you're not, don't worry about it. And if it's not your cup of tea, that's fine as well. But for streamers who are wanting to grow together with other small streamers, the opportunity is there. And it's not for everyone, right? You'll hear sometimes people say, oh, those communities are all bullshit. You know, they give you false promises. The thing is, we don't really promise you anything. But if you... want to look for networking opportunities and look for like-minded streamers who like to help people, help others grow, and
Shit. Special forces. What are they?
there's the squeak, the yelp. Okay. I've got problems. How do I... Oh, Z. It's fine.
Hey, hey! Whoa, whoa!
It's fine. Everything's fine. But anyway, it's a group of, it's a collection of streamers. There's also people there just for the vibes who aren't streamers. But the whole idea behind it is streamers supporting streamers, give each other love, help to, reposting other people's go live announcements, visiting streams, saying hi.
Protector. Protector.
Things of that nature, right?
You. Were you sent to help?
Sure, why not? And I truly feel like it's benefited me because before I joined, I was streaming to myself. Nobody visiting. But now, I have a few visitors here and there saying hi and all that stuff. So, I see it as a good thing, which then gives me a bit of a platform, makes me a little more visible. I've got clips of me interfacing with chat, which can show people, hey, there's actually people visiting Vallen and all that stuff, which gives me, more reason for people to come visit me, right? There were people I was following who didn't follow me until much further later on when I had people visiting me on stream, and then now I'm getting follows from the people I've been following. So that's it helps a ton. Anyway, where was I ultimately going? So it helps to get a bit of a footing. But anyway, it was while I was undergoing the TMS treatment is when I had the mind shift change, and that told me, hey, I need to actually get out and network. And so part of my growth has been part of my growth strategy. I'm not done. Certainly not done. You're truly never done. But what I'm trying to do now is train algorithms to show my stuff to people, my target audience, as opposed to shaking my fist at this mysterious algorithm, shake my fist at the clouds, rawr, the evil algorithm, but learning to work within it. And Still mixed results, but things are actually going decently on Instagram. Like, I went from posting and maybe getting a like or two here and there, 150 views, 200 views, and maybe a like or two. But now, with the same number of views, like 200 views, I'll have around a dozen likes, and that's all because Instagram has been learning where to send my stuff. So, and this also includes one clip that is above 45 likes after 1,100 views. Not bad, right? So it's a process, right? Basically the mindset issue that a lot of news streamers have is, I'm just gonna go live. People are just gonna show up. Doesn't work like that. You are streaming to yourself for a little while, a little to a long while. But of course, people need a reason. You first need to give people a reason to stick around. So you do need to work on the quality of your stream. Make sure you're yapping the whole time, etc., etc. See, like how I'm doing this, right? I'm treating this as if it's a live stream to myself. That's really just what this is. I have no script. I'm just yapping. Whatever comes to mind, I'm just talking. And when I have something where it's like, I need to actually focus what I'm saying, I'm pausing to speak. So, well, basically what I'm doing here is how I approach my live streams, right? So, yeah, so that's improving the quality of your stream. And then you'll see people go, well, if nobody's visiting your stream, that means your quality is shit. Need to work on the quality. Well, it may be true. I mean, we could talk about quality when somebody clicks, right? I don't want. I said this back when I was streaming myself early on, and it still holds true. I refuse to hear complaints about quality from people who have not seen it, and nobody has seen it, and I know for a fact nobody has seen it because Twitch analytics tell me nobody has seen it. I refuse to hear quality issues when I look at analytics and nobody has clicked, right? That being said, quality is, overall quality of the stream is a thing, and part of it is going to come down to putting together. You obviously want to pull some good choice clips out of it, which is, again, as I mentioned before, part of the reason why I'm doing this here is I did want to record myself playing Far Cry 6 because I may be able to pull some points from mouth words are hard sometimes. I did want to be able to pull some choice moments out, some clips, which I've not even done that yet. I recorded the first, and then I had dinner, and then I watched somebody stream. Then somebody in our community, by the way, our little community of streamers supporting streamers, I was watching a stream, and it was an interesting stream. It was a Steam game giveaway. Yeah, a lot of crap games. It was at the end, because he had done a giveaway previously, and so he had some leftover stuff, but it was, all in good fun. A bunch of people in there hyping up, we all just, hype each other up. That's what it is. So there's people who will say, oh, that's fake engagement. Hold on. They're actually in there, in chat, hyping things up. Is that really fake engagement? I mean, how do you fake... Right, how do you fake that? There's people saying, well, you're not growing organically. But what's organic? Just if they didn't find you via Twitch algorithms, then... they're not supposed to click. They're not supposed to click if they didn't find you through Twitch. That's silly. I don't understand the people insisting on that. Right? The insisting that you hooked up on social media. You found somebody on social media. Oh, that doesn't count. It's fake. Oh, come on. Anyway, so we're in there hyping each other up and all this stuff, and it was a fun stream. Anyway, so where was I going with that? I completely lost track. Where am I going? Who am I? Oh, so back to, I got very much off topic, but back to mindset and motivation, right? Feeling needed a healthy mindset. Like, a healthy mindset is you are going to stream to yourself for a while. And along the way, just work on your product. So first and foremost, the product is important. You need a quality product. And how do you ensure? What does quality assurance look like? Go back and watch your VOD and ask yourself, is this something that I would willingly watch? Do I find this entertaining? Do I find this worth watching? If I were to be flipping channels and there was 100 other options and this was on, I would watch this. That is your goal. And it's not an all or nothing. It's not like, oh well, there's a couple other things I'd rather watch. I really like this. I really like me, but there's a couple other things I'd rather watch. That means I'm a failure, and that's not true. But would you willingly watch this? Right? That's what it ultimately comes down to. That is your goal. So that's the product. But then that's the thing about being a streamer, an indie streamer. You are a small business, and you are doing every aspect of the business. You are your own management. You are your own marketing. You are your own social media coordinator. Everything. And you got to work the algorithms. So you got to train the algorithms on who you are and who should be showing your stuff and marketing, getting your name out there. It's not easy. It's not easy. The people who shoot up really quickly are people who understand all those facets going in. Some other people take longer to learn, and there's nothing wrong with that. This is a marathon, not a sprint. That's very important to realize. This is a marathon, not a sprint. Do not compare yourself to others. Anyway, having got off my soapbox, I'm now going to get into whatever this is.
Gracias.
A gorilla.
Libertad, gracias, universe.
Save Marisol.
My girlfriend. Soldiers got her and some guerrillas. It's my fault.
Yeah, kill Marisol and
We were
everyone
in
who tried to help us. We're going to burn them to death unless you can save them.
About us, so we ran. Some guerrillas hit us, but the bastard hunted us down. I got away, but not Marisol. She's down there. They're burning them. I can see the fire.
The
Rápido,
fire.
por favor. Fly down there if you can. I can't lose Marisol.
Hadn't done this in a while. Need to get there fast. Okay, this could be a mess. Gotta focus.
Okay, Mierda.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna focus on this. I'll get back to the topic after I flub this.
Look out for flames.
Yeah, look out for flames.
Coño. Marisol isn't here.
Okay. It's fine. Ah, come on.
Check it out, ahora. Alerta, no estamos a salvo.
It's fine.
I see you!
No, you don't. You see nothing. Okay, that's everybody.
So many.
You're fine.
Please,
Isabella sent me. Where's Marisol?
They took her down to the mill. Hurry, they're going to kill her.
The mill. Marisol. Hostages.
Dios. ¡Comprendido!
Alguien anda buscando que le revienten los dientes.
Get them, guapo.
¡Mierda, cocodrilo!
Bomb.
Alright, where's the other one? Damn it.
¡No te puedes esconder!
There we go.
Así no es. Mi heroína.
Free.
Isabella is waiting for you.
I thought I was never going to see her again.
It's fine.
Gracias, gracias.
Certainly.
Isabella, Marisol is safe. Dios mío, gracias. How can we ever repay you?
Work for us.
You said you had some basic training, and Marisol is a medic. We could use people like you for offshore operations.
Yeah.
Help us get supplies, work for Yara's freedom abroad.
Well, the universe brought me the love of my life, and Libertad is the only reason we're alive. Where do I sign up?
You just did.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Benito's Bandidos. We'll be in touch.
We will be waiting.
There's some stuff up here. Cool. Anyway, kind of lost track of what I was talking about before. I tend to do that. Anyway. Oh, say, yeah, so back to having a healthy mindset. You're going to be streaming to yourself for a while. So part of what helped my mindset was, a big part of it was actually receiving that treatment, right? So, let's see. Where did I leave off on the original chain of events? Oh yeah, so yeah, I had my mental break, right? And so as I've gone through kind of my reawakening, so to speak, and reevaluating myself, where am I going with this? So let's see, horror events. I guess we're kind of looping back to I guess we can loop back to getting into streaming. I know there's other stuff that I've kind of missed. Actually, hold up. I'm going to stop the recording, then kind of re-situate my thoughts, and come back to this. And I have returned. So I completely lost all semblance of where my track was, so I'm just going to kind of loop back around and talk about some elaboration type of things. Basically, how I felt. So, as I said earlier, I've never actually felt anxiety. I never actually felt anxiety. Like, the idea of No, the idea is like something is like crippling me and like I can't function, I can't do anything, was not something that I could relate to until then, when I would look over at my work laptop and I just couldn't. I felt like something was squeezing, right? Like I felt like there was, even though I was standing upright, something was sitting on my chest and I couldn't breathe. And that's how I felt when I looked at my work laptop. And drugs helped, but it was imperfect. So, ultimately it was TMS that got me out of that rut. But, try to think. What else is there to talk about on that? See, what part of the order of events have I... Oh, so, anyway, kind of coming full circle, I made a comment at the very beginning of episode 1 that was along the lines of there was something, a straw that broke the camel's back, and kind of pushed me to do this. So, I mentioned how... Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? Stop that. These little ankle biters. I mentioned it was a straw that broke the camel's back, right? That there was... So, I mentioned my... Speaking of ankle biters... Hey. Fuck. Get him, Guapo. Oh, shit. Anyway. Speaking of ankle biters. I mentioned how my former manager was not in my corner at all. He was very quick to throw me under the bus anytime. Anytime somebody... Basically, it's one of those things where people will say, oh, we need to, do this whole CYA, cover your ass, all that stuff. If there's something that somebody might use against you, you need to be protecting yourself. But people would use things against me that I didn't even know what's going on. Like, hey, Vallen didn't do this thing we expected him to do, and I'm supposed to give my manager a heads up about that, but it's like, I didn't know. It's like, I'm finding out from my manager that they expect me to do something. And there was one time where I was pulled into basically an emergency meeting it was straight up 5 p.m. And this is my more recent manager when I was working from home, with my other half, with a broken leg. I was on the whole... It was actually family medical leave. Not only was I allowed to work from home, but I was actually paid. It was paid time off to take her to appointments. So yeah. Didn't have to make the time up or work or take unpaid time off. It was actually paid time off. I know, right? But anyway, during this period of time, it was an emergency meeting. Of course, they wait till 5 p.m. to have an emergency meeting. Like, something that could have been an email. Right? And...
Too close. Very dangerous.
Coyote meat. But, so just examples of this kind of thing, right? It's like, if you actually want, if you want me to do something, just contact me, right? I'm not that hard to get a hold of. And it was actually a complaint that was hard to get a hold of, but it's like, from who? Because I constantly have to chastise, like, if you want me to do something, we actually have task management software where you put a task in. Basically, think of it like a ticket system, right? Imagine you work a job that has a ticket system, and somebody creates a ticket and expects you to work it, but they don't assign the ticket to you. Does that make any fucking sense? Doesn't to me. But anyway. That's getting kind of a little bit of a side. But now we get into why... What was the Charlie Broach Camel's pack? So, I've gone through a couple of managers who I felt like were not in my corner, right? And this includes my more recent manager that he... Now, it was like you've got to be able to basically read people's minds, essentially. And, meanwhile, they're wanting to push to bring everybody back in office. And I was getting fussed at for, not being in the office 3 days a week. Like, suddenly they decide it's impossible. Oh, so here's the thing. This was actually some time ago. They straight up told me, we have determined that that your job is impossible to do without being in the office 3 days a week. So my job that involves servicing hardware that's at a different location, like a different city or a different country, working with people who are in different cities on Teams meetings, and they're telling me it's impossible to do my job without being in the office. This goes back to me saying, if there's a reason to be in the office, it is a sacrifice on my part because I have so much to do and I have to do everything. My partner can't hardly walk. She's getting better now. She can actually walk a bit now, but I can make the sacrifice, but don't tell me to be in the office to attend Teams meetings. And then they insist, oh no, it's not just Teams meetings, or it shouldn't be. It's like, okay, so I go in the office, and I'm there all day on the day when everybody's there. And I'm there all day, and I don't say a word to anybody. Like, I don't even have any meetings. Why am I there? And then what I start hearing from that same manager, and then I hear it from my newer manager, somebody I've worked with in the past, okay relationship, but that they say, oh yeah, we've determined that your job is impossible to do from home. You have to be in the office to do it. And I even then reiterate the whole, if my partner can't walk because of a broken leg, what do we do about that? So it comes down to, we say, so basically I get the speech of corporate America, yada, yada, yada. Everybody is seeing this, yada, yada, yada. There's been studies, yada, yada, yada. Things move less efficiently. And if things don't turn around, it's going to mandate everybody be in the office every single day, no exceptions. And I go, okay, but there's got to be some level of some flex for when in situations where, say, my partner had broken her leg and couldn't walk for 8 months. And he goes, well, back in the day before we had laptops, if you were on a desktop PC, what would we have done about that? You can't be out of work for 8 months just because your partner broke her leg. I go, well, we have laptops now. We have tools. We have task management tools. We have ways to get in contact with somebody without physically looking somebody in the eye. And he's like, there's no exceptions. That's not basically completely brushing the whole thing aside. I'm like, okay, so it's just more of the same. All the managers are in agreement that, if If you are physically injured or your partner's physically injured, that's not a valid reason to work from home, even though we have a task management system. And I was speaking to my previous manager about that. We have a task management system. Put the task in the system, assign it to me. It gets a timestamp. I can then put, updates in there and all that stuff. And then he's like, we don't use the system that way. I beg your fucking pardon? We don't use the system that way? That sounds like that's the problem, isn't it? That sounds like that's the problem. There's no communication. Now, I do have to say, a little bit of a rant, but I saw this even prior to COVID. The same issue prior to COVID. If I needed something from somebody, they were impossible to get a hold of. Little shit. They were impossible to get a hold of. What you had to do was physically catch them in the office and sit at their desk and wait for them to get back. I've had to do that in the past. That's how I got stuff done. During COVID, that really wasn't a thing. So things couldn't get done. So in fairness, I understand when they say, oh, well, things don't get done if everybody's not in the office.
Better be
But
careful.
the logic is all wrong. Things don't get done if you're not in the office because there are people who will not respond to any requests over a task management system or via email. You must sit on them at their desk. So I need to be in the office because they will not talk to me unless I'm in the office. Sounds like that's the problem, isn't it? People not responding to these things. And apparently the solution is to tell me it's impossible to do my job if I'm not in office. And you know what? That might be a true statement. For the wrong reasons.
Bang.
Bang. Bang. Bang. Any more? Now I remember these things. I had to do a couple of weird things. Oh, hello. First of all, alarm. But yeah, the final straw that broke the camel's back on that whole thing was another manager reiterating. Heh. No aiming necessary. Just reiterating the same thing. That's like no exceptions, right? Or you got a broken leg, we still expect you in the office because it's impossible to do your job because people don't respond to email. People don't use the task management system as designed. Easy. You guys go shoot it. Cool. Where's the key? Oh, I guess I already had the key. Yay. But yeah, that's kind of the straw that broke the camel's back on what kind of pushed me to be like, you know what, I want to do this. Just because, like, I understand. You know, it's all comes down to a business case. If you can't get the job done, we're all going to be out of work, right? We'd all love to work from home, but some jobs can't be done from home. Some jobs can't be done from home, but, you know, I can put lines on paper from home. So. But anyway, not to squawk too much about that. Because ultimately it's much like back in elementary school. It's like, you know, one person does wrong and you gotta punish everybody.
What's up? You got stress, Danny? Maybe you should visit Dr. Yanni Dawalos. He can help you get your mind right.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. Oh, we got this yarn store. I'm gonna do that. But anyway, I guess talking a little bit more about what else should I talk about? I can't be done. There's definitely more to it. There's other little details. So, let's see. I guess, I pause here and think a little bit more. But probably be wrapping up this subject on, in this episode. So, then I gotta figure out what to talk about, further on. Maybe I'll kind of dabble a little bit more into, streamer growth. I guess I could start talking about that. So I'm no expert. I'm no expert on this. I'm still learning myself. Only been at this. So we're now in late April. I've been streaming since beginning of January, and certainly don't know everything, but I've gotten more comfortable over time, and I've learned a lot more over time. And as we've already established, not that it makes me an expert in everything, but I do have an engineering background, and which comes down to problem solving. So, and I've always been one to pick up on things quickly. I learn fast. I learn real fast. I came into this knowing nothing, and for having only been at this for a couple of months, I know quite a bit. People have been doing it for years, no more. I don't claim to be an expert. But at the same time, I have blown past people who have been doing this for years. You know, sometimes I'll hop into a stream, somebody goes, yeah, I've been doing this for 4 or 5 years, and I've got as many followers as they do, and I'll carry, maybe not all the viewers, because their followers were harder earned, right? So they have people who are loyal. But, you know, they'll have... you know, maybe twice the number of, 2 to 3 times the number of viewers that I might have. You know, we're talking like I'd carry 4 or 5, and they're carrying about 15. But you know, they're struggling to grow. And I go to follow them on social media, and you know, there's only got a YouTube channel with like 1 short and 6 long form videos, and it's like, where's the clips? Where's the networking? Where's It's like, yeah, I need to put more clips up. And it's like, yeah, you do. Somebody else been streaming for 4 years, and I average more viewers than them. And like, yeah, I mean, it's tough out there. It really is. This one person's got 2.
Quick, come luz.
I'm trying.
Gracias.
No hay problema.
Nice. 6 more recruits. Nice. 1 dude gets 6 recruits. Nice. What 1 dude get 3? But yeah, so I've learned quite a bit over past couple of months, and part of training the algorithm is first identifying, actually first step even before you go to train the algorithm, who are you as a streamer? And it was more recently I started to get that figured out. Who am I as a streamer? Who am I similar to? And what you want to do is show the algorithm that that you're like that. That of basically, what are you similar to, right? Not that you want to compare yourself or imitate other streamers, but who are you similar to? Because then you can train the algorithm to show your stuff to more people who might like that kind of thing. And I've not been successful with that with TikTok, really. And YouTube is hit and miss, but Instagram's starting to learn. Because I've been seeing, like I said, the like to view ratio trend up. Let's do this.
Yes, I should look for this Rosa.
Yeah, for this Rosa. And there is talk about, doing. There's good ways to do clips, right? With a strong hook, and people have very short attention spans, so you want to keep it short and sweet. And sometimes you're like, oh yeah, this could. There was actually one, the one that has 45 plus likes. When I took that, I'm like, oh, this has potential to take off. So, all right, all seriousness, talk to ChatGPT. Have a conversation with ChatGPT. And this is not asking it, how do I go viral? What this is training ChatGPT to understand who you are as a streamer.
Wait. Rosa is the name of this hombre's boat? Okay. Wow. Man, just... Wow.
Wow. Inside search. Oh, wait. Do I have to go into the water looking for a boat? Oh, this is gonna suck.
I love you! I love you! I love you!
I actually didn't expect that. So, don't mind the silly animation. What that means is somebody followed me offline. Which, by the way, if you're doing your growth right, most of your follows actually come from when you're offline. And I was going to actually warn about it at some point, but I didn't actually expect it to happen because I'm not doing long recordings here. But, yeah, so I have Tangia activated. And that triggers if somebody follows, because it's tied to my Twitch. So, yeah. Somebody just gave me a follow. Thank you for the follow, whoever that was. And I have my follows as anonymous. He had clues in his poems. Oh. He had clues in his poems. Maybe I should read this stuff. Oh, let his poems scattered around. Oh, okay. Okay. I don't have to go into the water. I don't have to do that. There's just these things strewn all over the place. That's not as bad. Hey, buddy.
Hey,
You got
Here.
something for me?
Danny, marking an anti-aircraft site on your map. Take it out for me, okay?
Muchas gracias.
But yeah, that's anyway, it comes back to my social networking and all that stuff is I've not actively been working at the moment and just picked up a follow. So that's how you know you're doing it. You're growing organically.
Ah, the key to Rosa's heart.
Oh, yay.
So he left clues in these poems. Ugh. That's one way to get me to read your awful shit, I guess.
Okay. I heard the wind and waves roaring and saw the spray of sea foam glinting on your skin. I remember nights in that tall tower where I watched you by the docks of yearning, knowing some song called you forth where only two of us could go. Where only the two of us could go. Or the wave that beats against me, the thunder rhythm of time. It reached into me and hold my heart against my ribs. I look out to the jutting cliff of stone where a fire burned. Ignorant to the wind, Orestes know our time there was infinite. Okay, and I guess that's what's over
Okay.
there.
Sounds like I need to go to the cliff.
Oh. This cliff? Thought that's where I was. I found my Rosa like a siren beneath the waves. She has everything, my heart, my fortune, my soul, so she is there so close. I can't fucking swim. And there's a shark. Oh, you can't tag sharks anymore. Oh, look at that. I think I found what I was looking for. And now there's sharks. With frickin' laser beams. There's one. Get him, Guapo. Charge! I commented this before. Oh, okay. Well, I commented this before when I was doing my long-form gameplay. They really can't hold their breath very long. Like, I'm no athlete, but I can hold my breath longer than that. That's like 15 seconds already gasping. I can do a little better than that. Anyway. But yeah, so especially in the social networking thing, the whole clips thing, you want to be posting them everywhere. And then something I've seen before with other VTuber groups, and this is true for really any streamer group, if you are all liking the same stuff, occasionally engaging and commenting, but a big part of it is liking and organically liking. Scroll down your For You feed and all that stuff, liking the same stuff, and then eventually, not right away, but eventually, follow each other and do the same thing. just organically go through the For You feed, liking and engaging with each other's content. And what that helps to do is train the algorithm of what your stuff is similar to. This is not about fake engagement. It's not about fake likes or fake views. It's training the algorithm. So looking at it from that perspective, it helps to teach it. And that's been kind of my strategy more recently. And I've been seeing some early results. TikTok still has no idea where to send my stuff, but it's something I've been concentrating with Instagram, and Instagram is learning. So apply that long term to all the different platforms, and there you go. That's how you grow your brand. So I think at this point, I'm going to more or less conclude this with a Yaren story, and then I'm going to call it for episode 2. And then I need to think about what I want to do for like an episode 3, because more or less told my story. But, you know, the story that I didn't have time to tell therapists and stuff because it was too long. Well, after a couple of hours of yammering here and there while playing Far Cry 6, I've
and your mind is negatively
more or less gotten through all that stuff. So, so there you go. This will complete this episode after I do this Yaren story, and then I'll need to figure out what to yammer about after that. Perhaps maybe updates on my growth, and it may be. And I'll start by saying, before I forget, so this crossed my mind when I wasn't recording. I don't know how regular this will be. I don't plan for this to be a regular occurrence. It'll be kind of on and off when I have things to yammer about. So, don't expect this on a regular cadence. But when I have something to talk about, it's, you know, when I have something to talk about, I'll be opening this up. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. Realign your chakras.
I am Dr.
Follow my 5.5-step program to cosmic oneness. What the hell?
The crystals speak of blocked chakras.
Alright, whatever
Your
this is.
mystical recovery begins now. Catch some fish, and we'll speak after.
Really? I sure like to do some fishing around the island. Really? Okay, let's do some fishing. Okay. First of all, I don't think it matters. Wait, assault? Huh. I don't know. Anyway, I guess it doesn't really matter what mods I use. Basic lore. Oh, I can mod it. What? I joked about this before. Why is gunpowder used for everything? Like, it's one thing if, like, I kind of understand the premise of, okay, we're using gunpowder to mod the ammunition because that's a limitation of the game engine. But why are we using gunpowder to mod a lore? It's gunpowder and recycled fasteners to mod a lore. Why? Live far away from the coast. This is right off the coast. Reduces fish speed. Let's do that. Let's unlock everything. That way everything is unlocked. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, item is missing. I need industrial circuits. Ah. Increase fish tiring. Okay. And then increase line strength. Alright, let's do that. Charms. Spicy pepper. Cigar cutter. Snip snip. Chorizo. Pepper. Okay, let's do the thing. Okay. Now. Oh, okay. Alright. Hadn't done this in a while.
Looks like a good spot to fish.
Is it really?
Kind of relaxing.
Oh, got a supply crate.
Eso. Woo!
Okay, I want to go get the supply crate though. I come back. Alright. Here. Guard my flank. Alright. Let's do a couple more castings. Okay, I need to be over there, I guess. Doesn't count if I don't do it at the fishing spot. But yeah, going forward, it'll kind of be, I guess, updates on maybe my growth or other things that I want to talk about. But yeah, at this point, I'm just doing this mission.
Nice. Just need one more.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Here, fishy, fishy. There we go.
This'll fry up nice.
Alright.
That's step one of this fucking guy's plan. Dr. Davalos, it's Danny. I caught some fish.
Alright.
Muy bien. My treatment is working, Danny.
See? I don't feel anything.
Exactly. Time for step 2. I want you to go feed some pelicans.
Why?
Danny, do you want to unblock your chakras, harmonize with the crystals, and rid yourself of your negative imbalances? Or not?
I'm still trying to figure out what the hell that means.
Just proceed to step 2 and feed the damn pelicans.
Okay.
Alright,
okay.
where are the pelicans? Not sure those hells, but should feed the pelicans. Usually roaming the coasts of Yada. How do you feed the pelicans? Okay, well, there they are, I guess. Okay, no, seriously, how? Oh yes, I do have the flamethrower. I forgot about that. Quack, quack, quack.
Got some fish for you, buddy.
Oh, really? Okay, that's how you do this. I didn't know you could do that. Okay, so at least you can do the same pelican multiple times.
Huh. This is kind of nice.
Quack, quack, quack. Okay. What's next?
Hola. So, I fed those pelicans.
See, the crystals sound to me. Muy bien, Danny. You may proceed to step 3 now.
What's that going to be? Feeding dogs or chickens or something?
No, dogs are not to be trusted, and chickens are not real. I want you
Chickens
to
are not
meditate.
real.
Meditate? Where? Here?
Don't be ridiculous. In an eagle's nest on a cliff. It's a tough climb, and there's a broken bridge nearby.
Alright.
So be careful.
What? Coño.
There's a broken bridge nearby. What the fuck? Okay. Fast travel. Yeah. Probably could have done an airdrop, but that's okay. It's fine. Everything's fine. Sucks for you.
There's an engineer.
Oh, I thought it was a dog. I was like, what? The dog's an engineer?
Perro.
Dogs are not to be trusted. Yeah, dogs are not to be trusted. Like the dude said. Alright, so we've got an interesting climb here. But yeah, I suppose at this point, if there's any questions, comments, could elaborate on something, I'm sure there's more to elaborate on. It's just, you know, it's just thing I've lived at this point, so, you know, I don't think about everything that maybe needs to be explained further. You know, extrapolation. Oh yeah, I joked about this in my my long form playthroughs. Your guerrilla paths are marked by these holes with the blue paint and the blue flowers. Because there's no way that the military would be like aware of it. It's a perfect hiding spot. These clearly marked paths are a perfect place to get out of view and hide. Some.
That nutjob said the eagle's nest was on top of this magote.
Oh, hello. Why do I have a... 30-second timer? The fuck? I don't know. Yeah, kitty. There we go. Okay. Huh. I wonder if I should follow the blue arrow. Oh. Fuego coat. Alright.
This better be worth it.
Oh, is it 30 seconds of relaxing? Oh. Climb up here. I don't know what's going on. What the fuck is this? Stand still and just breathe. Okay. This is weird.
Have to relax.
No pissed off eagle?
Huh. That felt pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's me. So I meditated inside a fucking eagle's nest. And it was weird, but kind of relaxing, I guess.
If your chakras could talk, they would thank you. You may proceed to the next step. This time, I want you to go skydiving.
Okay, that sounds like fun.
You see? My program isn't so weird.
I wouldn't go that far.
Danny, who is the doctor and who is the patient here?
I don't know anymore.
Exactly. Find a high vantage point and become one with the clouds, Danny.
Hey,
What can you
got
tell
some
me?
info. Danny, the army just finished setting up an anti-aircraft site. marking it on your map.
I appreciate it.
Get some air. Oh, that's all I gotta do is get some air time. 20 seconds with a wing shoot or a parachute. Oh. I could probably do it from up there. What do you think? But it's okay. This is easy. I figured they wouldn't give me this after putting me on the eagle's nest. For no reason. So, it's fine.
Danny, it's Dr. Davalos.
Fuck off! Didn't get high enough.
Yeah.
All right!
Maybe if I do the wingsuit, we'll probably do it. Won't let me jump. Oh, there we go. Had to detach. Okay. I think a skydive would be good because I need to basically go down that mountain. Charge! Oh, restricted airspace.
All right!
It's fine.
Yeah!
Alright, got it. That all?
Dr. Davalos.
Danny, did you become one with the cumulonimbus?
I don't know about that, but it felt pretty good.
You see? Pure spiritual growth. Next, I want you to say something nice to your enemies. As you murder them. No guns.
What?
Danny, please do not question my methods. You are on the verge of a major spiritual breakthrough, but you must complete all the steps. The crystals have spoken.
Fine.
Next step's compliment my enemies and forgive them. I should get nice and close and do a takedown. I need to find 3 enemies and step them. Easy enough. Let's get back to like the major road. Actually, this would be an ideal place to go. There'll be some baddies over here. honey. Thank you for being you. It's great. Okay, somebody over there to stab.
Your eyes are stunning.
Oh, it's very therapeutic. Almost we should do that IRL. That's anti-aircraft, which is also good to do. But I don't get too distracted. I just want to wrap this up. Well, one of the same. That's fine. It's fine. There we go. Alright, you're free.
Get me out of here. Gracias. You got it.
Oh.
Violar el toque de queda es una infracción criminal que resultará en su detención. Se les dispararán a los que resistan la detención al verlos.
Okay. What was this? Was this even anything? Oh, this is nothing. It was just a restricted area. But it was nothing. That's okay, I'll stab a third one while doing this. Slightly sidetracked, but that's okay.
Shit. Checkpoint.
It's fine.
Hostage. Adios.
Get him, Guapo. Ah, shit. Need to kill them before they set off the alarm.
Shit!
Oh, fuck. Alright, get rid of the alarm. Hey. Okay. Let's... die. No, not Guapo. How you doing, buddy? Alright, what do I need to do? Oh. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. This thing. I never did stab the third guy. I'll find somebody. Oh.
Over here, my friend.
What do you got for me?
The Yaran Marine Maintenance is where they trick out the military boats for the blockade.
Didn't count because I didn't do a takedown. It's fine. It's fine. Oh. It disappeared. Yeah, the thing they could deliver for materials disappeared. Oh well. Ah! Oh shit, did I... Let's just leave. Let's find somebody to stab. Okay, there we go. Somebody to stab. Floppo.
The uniform looks perfect.
It's fine.
Hola. So I took out some people and said some nice things.
Muy bien, Danny. I must say, you are one of my best patients.
I'm your only patient.
Please, drop by my office for the very crucial next step. I am so proud of you.
I'll be there when I can.
Very nice. Okay, so I think this is a good place to call it. So next time I pick up, what's something else to talk about? And it could be more elaboration, but for now, I think I've more or less told my story, or at least all the more important stuff. If you stuck with me this long, thank you for listening, and hope to see you in my live streams. Catch you next time.